Hello everyone, this is Robert Radford with 50 years of chess. 51 years now actually, as of this year has gone into that 51st year after May. So I hope you're all well and you've enjoyed watching the videos, and I hope to keep bringing you some with some instruction for weaker players or players who are just beginning and they want to improve. I'm hoping that I can help you to get some ideas and also experience, which I do possess a lot of, if nothing else. So I'm going to show you this game now against a guy called Domenti7 from Georgia, which is, for those of you who are not sure where that is, I'm not talking about the Georgia in the US. I'm talking about the country of Georgia. Is in the Caucasus, as it's known, which is a mountainous area near Russia, off the Black Sea. It's in the eastern mid-east of Russia. It's a sizable country. It's not huge, but it's big enough, and they've produced some good players over the years in tournaments like the Olympics and everything. Now I want to show you this game. This guy, I don't know anything about him. He may be 7 years old because he's got a 7 on the end of his name, but I'm not sure about that. I know he's been on chess.com for about a year, and I've never played him before. And he's not got bad rating, 1739 is pretty decent. So anything he plays is not to be taken too lightly, because he may be a bit of a maverick that plays things and you think, oh, this guy's easy, and then he's got a little pet line or something that he comes out with, as I'm going to show you now with this game. So we began with me white, and I played d4 and he played e5. So he wants to go into like the England gambit. I know it really well, and I could easily play pawn takes pawn and go into it, but I want to play something different, so I went for the center counter with e4 to see if he would take on d4. I've been studying this quite a bit, and it's quite interesting. You can get a good game with white. And then he surprised me with f6. This is called the Damiano opening, and it's one of the very, very oldest chess openings ever played. I think monks used to play it way back in Roy Lopez time and before. So I just thought, well, I can play the usual pawn takes pawn, queen h5 check. But on the other hand, after pawn takes, queen h5 check, g6, queen e5, then he's got to play either the queen or something like that to e7. And if I take the rook on h8, I win material, but then he's got queen takes e4 check. And it just gets a little bit, it could be that he's got something he plays and he's had success with, which he's found like trappy stuff or something. So I'm not going to go for any of this. Instead, I played knight f3 and turn this into a Scotch gambit and ignore that f6 is a weak move anyway. And so he's going to have a lot of weaknesses around his king, especially the white squares. So I played knight f3, just play how I like playing. And he's come out knight c6, and I attacked the knight, and he went into e4, which is strange, because he's going to lose a pawn now. I thought he would have gone knight e7, and then across to g6 maybe. But he played it, and I took, and I thought, well, surely he can't be this weak. He must be better than this. But perhaps I played something against him nobody's played before, and has left him a bit confused. I don't know. So I took the knight with the queen, and he's played b6, bishop d3, bishop c5. Okay, he's played bishop c5, and I dropped the queen back to c3. Knight e7, castles. So at the moment I'm quite happy with my position. Obviously pawn up, but I think I'm winning at this stage in one way because he's mishandled the opening. But that doesn't mean to say he can't correct that. So I played b4 to kick that bishop off of c5 to d6. Now he has got a move here, bishop e5, which would pin the queen and the rook, skewer them, and he would win the rook in the corner. So I've had a little think about this for a moment or two, and I'm prepared for it. So I played bishop e3, which means I can intervene now should he play bishop e5 with bishop d4. That would stop that. But now he played bishop b7, and I played knight into d2. So we're just carrying on developing our pieces. And then he played c5. And this is interesting because I could go pawn takes pawn, and if I play bishop takes pawn, he can then pin my bishop with his rook on c8, and if I go knight into b3, he can then play bishop into e5, and my queen is skewered against the rook. So I see this, so I played b5. Now I'm still going to get skewered, but I've got a plan. It's sneaky, and sometimes you got to be a bit devious in chess. You got to be a bit scheming. It's just having imagination to play freely and to play how you want to play. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's only a game of chess. So he played bishop into e5. This is where we're in the exchange. So I went queen to b3. Now, have a look at why I went there. This is the move I want to play. And if you look, when he takes the rook on a1, I can play check, and then king to h8. I take the knight, it's attacking the queen, so he has to take it, and then I take the bishop. So I get a knight and a bishop for a rook. That is a really good exchange. It's technically you're getting a value of 6 for the value of 5, and you get a good open attacking game as well with the d6 pawn out the way, and it opens up the position a bit. So he took the rook, I moved the pawn on. Now really he shouldn't have took the rook. He should have played king h8, but he didn't, and now he's going to suffer for that. So he's brought the knight in. He's thinking I'm going to lose a knight anyway, so he's put the knight in on d5, but there's no need for me to take the knight. I just take the rook and I'm still going to get the knight. So now it's gone queen into b8. So I took the knight and he took the pawn on d6. I played the bishop onto c4, and it gets really interesting. As if I want to that's right, it makes it very interesting. So he's pushed his pawn to attack and win my bishop on e3 if I don't stop him from getting that to f4, or move my knight so that I can move the bishop back. But he's also done it to stop me going knight into e4. So I brought the knight into f3, and he's played the pawn on. So my bishop's safe. I can move it back to d2. His bishop's very much out of the game on b2. You can't even develop it as a dead bishop. This is why I believe I'm winning this game. Rook f6. So he's going to try and bring his rooks into the game and attack my king side. So it's not so easy. And he seems to me like he's not a bad player, actually. He just messed up the opening. So I played rook on a to e1. And I'm going to dominate this file now, because what he should have done, instead of rook f6, he should have brought this rook onto this file, onto the e file, to stop me doing this, but he didn't. Now he's played rook into g6. Now this is not good for him, as I'm about to demonstrate. This is very dangerous what I'm going to do now. I played the queen first of all, d3, queen to d3, and he's no longer got any control of the e file, and I played the queen there to stop him pushing that h pawn, because if he does, I can drive his queen away and win the rook. So he brought the other rook across to f8. So he's just blocked off his one square that he could have sent a queen to after attacking with my bishop. But first I've got to get it in place to c3. Now this is a real mistake, because I did say a moment ago about him playing h5, queen h5, pawn h5. So I've gone bishop e5, and now look at his queen. Look at his queen. If he goes back to c7 or b8, bishop takes queen. And if he goes back to e7, I play d6 check, attacking his queen at the same time, so I win his queen. And if he plays anything else, I take his queen. So this is game over technically. So he's gone, he did the worst possible thing, which was back to b8. He should have gone to s6 and lost it, and then he would have been okay. But now he's going to lose the rook on g6 as well. Bishop takes, rook takes, and queen takes rook. So I've pretty much destroyed him now. He's got bishop not going anywhere, and he's got rook against queen, rook, bishop, and knight. It is resignable, and this is what he did. He resigned. So that was the end of the game. Short sort of game, 26 moves long, but you have to be innovative in chess. You have to innovate sometimes and plan ahead and think, well, if he does this, I'll do this. If he does this, he does this. But when you know what your opponent is scheming against you, you have to out-scheme him. And this is what I did when I played the queen across to b3. I mean, he should see that I could play d6 and check him, but he didn't play king h8. Instead, he took the rook. It's only a 10-minute game, so you don't get long to think. But he had a little bit of time. I thought he would have played that. But he never, and paid the price. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. You subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. I hope that you might spread the word to a few friends or anybody who might want to watch these games and learn from them. I hope this has been instructive. I really do, because I do want to help people improve their chess very much. So thanks again for watching. This is Robert signing out. Bye.